The sky over Tokyo had turned grey. Just past 6 a.m., air traffic control reported an incoming cargo flight. It looked like a routine landing, but within minutes, everything would change. FedEx Flight 80 had departed from Guangzhou, China. The aircraft was a McDonnell Douglas MD-11, a massive 3-engine cargo plane. In the cockpit were 2 pilots, Captain Kevin Kyle Mosley and First Officer Anthony Stephen Bino. Both experienced, but experience alone would not be enough. Conditions at Tokyo Narita were poor. Winds were gusting up to 45 miles per hour. The aircraft was lined up for runway 34 left and battling wind shear. The MD-11, in conditions like these, was a tricky aircraft to handle. At 6:48 a.m., the plane touched down, but it wasn't a smooth landing. The MD-11 bounced. The first officer had delayed the flare maneuver. When the plane slammed back down, the landing gear collapsed into the fuselage. The nose pitched forward, and the aircraft flipped. The cargo bay caught fire. Tokyo Emergency Services responded in minutes, but it was too late. Both pilots were killed on impact. A full investigation was launched by Japanese authorities. Black boxes were recovered and cockpit recordings reviewed. The findings: the flare was too late and the descent rate too high. The MD-11's airframe simply couldn't take that kind of stress. The MD-11 had a history of rough landings. Its center of gravity was too far back, making it unstable during descent. FedEx 80 was just the latest casualty. Similar incidents had occurred in other airlines flying the same model. Was this a pilot mistake or a systemic design flaw? Investigators found the first officer delayed the flare and the approach was too fast. But the report also highlighted the MD-11's unforgiving nature. This wasn't just human error. It was a chain of vulnerabilities. Captain Mosley and First Officer Bino died in the line of duty. The tragedy highlighted not just technical failures, but the human factor. FedEx reviewed its MD-11 fleet after the accident, and the aviation world learned, once again, that a hard landing can be fatal. A few seconds too late, a few degrees off balance, and the result, irreversible. FedEx 80 reminded us that there is no margin for error in the sky. Could this crash have been prevented? But beyond data, reports, and black boxes, there are stories of lives behind the controls, families left behind, and lessons still echoing across runways worldwide. Since that day, aviation has moved forward. Stricter training, refined landing protocols, and better wind shear detection, all rooted in the lessons of that morning in Tokyo. Sometimes it takes just seconds. Seconds to change lives, seconds to rewrite history. FedEx Flight 80 wasn't just a tragic crash. It was a wake-up call to the aviation world. This wasn't about heroism or failure. It was about a fragile balance between machine and man, between decision and consequence. And when that balance tips, the result can be devastating. But here's the truth. Every crash teaches us. Every wrecked fuselage whispers a warning. And thanks to what we've learned from FedEx 80, hundreds of other flights have landed safely. That is the silent legacy of those lost that day. If this story moved you, if you believe in learning from the past to protect the future, then you're in the right place. Subscribe to the channel. Join us as we uncover the moments that changed aviation forever. One flight, one story at a time. Because behind every crash, there's a truth waiting to be told. And together, we'll find it.